it's moving whenever I'm moving the family.
It's Madden NFL 23, and this one features Eric Kendricks. He was terrific defensively last week with 11 tackles. It's the Falcons and the Bengals, and it's all up next on EA Sports.
From the home of the 2021 AFC champs, there's a look inside newly named Paycor Stadium in Cincinnati, Ohio. Today we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7 between the Atlanta Falcons and the Cincinnati Bengals. We welcome everybody again alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn, and CD, we've got an interesting test here today. One of the league's best passing games and one of the best pass defenses set to square up and see who can perform better in a high-profile matchup.
And you and I talk about all the time how fortunate we are to be in this position, to be around these types of games. And as jacked up as these fans are, how about these two teams? They've been looking forward to testing themselves against what is considered the best on the other side. This is going to be a lot of fun, a very exciting battle headed our way.
Toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. They're led out by a three-time Pro Bowler, owner of over 35,000 passing yards in 11 seasons, the veteran Andy Dalton.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
Yeah.
How does he eliminate that one interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver?
Dalton right to the air. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early going, I think it'll help out his teammates out on the perimeter. You can take the big shots later if he occupies their attention.
Looking to throw again on second down. Dalton. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Play action here with Dalton. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Leo Chanel brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The first sack of his NFL career. And, Charles, part of the reason they lost last week, they didn't have a single sack. Well, they changed that quickly.
But did they ever? And it was something they talked about with us extensively. They needed to get pressure. How were they going to get to the quarterback? Obviously, they schemed themselves into a great play, didn't they?
Dalton. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. And Charles, you wonder about this defense coming in. I mean, look, it's no secret they're playing a team that's down on its luck right now. Losers of 5 straight. How does that change how you prepare for a game?
Well, to me, the first thought is you just get after them.
Under heavy pressure, and down goes Dalton on the sand. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss. They'll make that a second sack here on their first drive out defensively, and not to get ahead of ourselves, but they're on pace for double-digit sacks at this point.
But they're going to have to find a way to tamp that down, aren't they? So if you're the play caller, you're telling your quarterback maybe some screens, maybe some draws, hard count, use your voice inflection a little bit, anything to try and slow that pressure down.
And here comes Berrios. Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
Okay, break.
They go play action with Willis. And he fires one incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They run with a big man in his 7th season. It's Derrick Henry. And he'll be taken down at the 18. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. The Bengals at 500, 3-3 through the season's first 6 weeks. And Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one. And that's football 101, isn't it? Tip your cap to the rookie. He knocked that one away, but he better not relax. They're going to test him all game long.
To throw again on 2nd down. Willis. And this throw incomplete. The defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Not a great start dropping his first target, but let's face it, it won't be his last chance because he'll get opportunities to make up for that one throughout this game.
Back to throw, Willis. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Rocky started throwing the football. He's missed now on his first 4 attempts.
I'm eager to see what his demeanor is going to be from this point forward, because the best ones, they missed the first 15 attempts, and they think they're going to hit the next 15. Let's see if he has that type of an attitude.
A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And it will be Falcon football. So for the 2nd time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better... Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Tariq Woolen picks it. And the Bengals are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. So a nice play defensively by the rookie coming up with the INT.
And that's a late-round pick right there, making a first-round impact. And a lot of these day 3 corners end up winding up on special teams and sub packages and even on the practice squad. But he's really made an impact on this defense, and he comes up with the interception there.
Now the 3rd running back taken in April's draft. This is James Cook. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. They run it again with Cook. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. They went with the run-pass option, and I don't know if the option really mattered there because the defense was ready.
So many times you put the defense at a disadvantage because you have those multiple options, but when they read their keys and play it correctly, sometimes the result goes in their favor.
Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. It's a pickup of 6. Took him 5 tries, but he is able to complete that first pass of the game.
And could you hear the exhale all the way up here? Not just from him, coaching staff, offensive line, receivers. Now he's off the schneid. Can they get him going in a nice groove where he becomes a little more consistent throwing the football?
Because you miss those first 2, but get up the 0 for 4 range. That can be a little tricky, but able to settle in, hopefully.
Yeah, now you won't have any confidence issues. Now you kind of get it back even with just 1 throw.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's going to air one out. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. Get him going, baby. Let's go, baby. Turn it up.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Willis wants to pass it again. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Falcons are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. And this, Charles, definitely not what they were wanting to see. Remember, he threw 3 interceptions in the loss last week, and now he gives the ball away again here in the very first quarter.
And you have to think that this was drilled into him all week, too, by his teammates, by his coaching staff. They've told him all week long, we've got to protect the football. They probably crossed that fine line with giving him the right advice and saying it too much. And it turned out that it got into his head a little bit.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. How about this? They'll try the option. Left side. Now he's hit, and Dalton lost the football. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
Well, my friend, this has certainly been a comedy of errors here in the first quarter. Neither side able to really hang on to the ball.
Yeah, now I'm just curious to see which team can adjust because both have made their mistakes, as you said.
Yeah, and whoever can do that can seize firm control of this game, something they haven't done with the ball so far.
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
From the 31, Willis, quick slant to Hamler. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from Cincinnati. It's the Bengals with the football here. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. A first down carry for Henry. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Now on 2nd and 13. Willis. He finds his man. It's Charlie Kohler.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the Falcons are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line.
A tough adjustment to the NFL throughout his rookie season, and his problem with turnovers is only exacerbated by his early showing today. That's a couple for him here in this first half, and he's cleared the double-digit mark for the entire season.
Their D gets the INT. Now what can Dalton do? He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 23 yards, the final tally. Certainly worth noting he's now 1 catch away from 600. He's at 599 in his career. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's Dalton. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. 6 yards left on 2nd down. On 2nd down, Spiller looking for space. 10 yards there and a first down for the Falcons.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll go right back to Spiller here on first down. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Dalton's throw here taken in as he's able to find Goddard. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to stop him here on third down. Andy Dalton. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up fourth down here.
Prater's kick is good, and the Falcons are out to a 3-0 advantage. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well, and kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Fields it right around the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And they are back down to 500 following the loss last week. Consistency has been a real issue for them so far.
Brandon, you almost don't know what team is going to show up every week. I mean, there's no consistency with this ball club at all, and if we feel that way, I know it frustrates the coaching staff, and it also has to frustrate the key leaders in the locker room. They got to figure out how to get coordinated.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain. First and 10, it's Willis. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Well, that's a perfect example of how he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's game. He is just all around the football right now, isn't he?
That he is, and it's funny because I talked with the coaching staff about drills that they do in practice, and one of them is called matching hands. And as soon as that hand is launched by the quarterback, you throw up the...
He's got a man, complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
There's the arm strength that we saw in college and during the scouting process. And really, it's not just the arm strength there, but the placement as well. To me, that was an excellent combination of arm talent and accuracy.
They go play action with Willis. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
On second down, here's Henry. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves it with 3rd and 9 looming. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary, now on third. Play fake. Here's Willis. And this is going to be incomplete. The third down battle won by Atlanta's defense. Solid coverage. Chase McLaughlin now for the field goal try. And this one a 41-yard attempt. And his kick is indeed good. And that will tie us at 3-3. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately starts out there at the end.
Yeah, things were a little leaky in the beginning of that drive, but how about the front seven? As they got closer to their goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
Field goals all we've had so far. 3-3 now as the kick is away. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. He gets this out to Spiller. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. To throw here, Dalton. Throwing the out route, and Crowder makes the catch. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down. And it'll be Dalton again. Throw right side, caught by Goddard, the tight end. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. From the 39, Dalton to the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feed down complete.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. They look to throw on 3rd with Dalton. That's complete. It's Elijah Moore. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 22-yard line. Dalton. Again, he finds Moore. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Give him back-to-back catches now. That one for 16 and another 1st down. Another chance for Dalton. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Stephon Diggs, his first touchdown on the year. And the Falcons will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point good by Prater. And the lead is now 10-3. So that one, an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards. And it's finished off by the touchdown by Stephon Diggs. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This one taken just inside the 10. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And with decent starting field position, they're maybe only a couple completions away from field goal range. Going up top. And he knocks the ball away.